Thanks, Denny. Yeah, we're just 10 days away from open water fishing, so we want to make sure you're ready to go. So here with what every angler needs, we've got Peter Tully joining us from Cabela's, Canada. We're going to go with the basics, to make sure that maybe your first time out or you need some new equipment, we'll go right to the basic stuff. So we start with the rod and the reel.
That's right. You need a rod and reel to get started, and you're going to need to spool that up with some line. I've got two different types of line here.
Sorry.
One of them is Power Pro, which is kind of your braided line.
That one there?
That's the one there.
Okay.
Super strong, super sensitive. And then you got your trilene monofilament. That's your most classic type of line. It's less expensive and it works great too. But a spinning rod like this one right here is going to be a great rod.
That is nice.
And that's an excellent rod to get started with because it's much easier to use to get started fishing. So getting started, start with a spinning rod, but then moving on from there, you can step up to a bait caster, a lot more control casting and a lot more power as well. Those are the kind of rods I use most often, and you can catch some big fish using those suckers.
Get you through most of everything you need.
That's exactly right.
Oh, that's nice action.
Oh yeah, nice and smooth.
Okay, so we've got our rod, we got our line, but now we have something at the end. What do we suggest in there?
That's right. I brought a couple of the most common lures. We have a crankbait right here. This one's a Cabela's branded crankbait. It's a great crankbait. It's one of your most common shad wrap style crankbaits.
Okay.
Super lure. You can use that for almost any species of fish, bass, walleye, pike. They'll all bite it. And then from there, I've also brought some jig and twister tails. That's kind of your most common go-to lures. Walleyes love those things. They work great. You can catch all sorts of fish on those as well, but it's just a very common lure, staple to have in your tackle box, basically. And then you can't forget about the 5 of diamonds, which I've also brought that spoon right behind you there too.
Oh, this big guy.
That big guy. I mean, that's a great lure for pike. Anytime you want to go catching pike, go into a weedy bay, throw one of those on, cast it around, you're good to go. And
that's the opportunity to talk to the guys at Cabela's, the experts there, because you can tell them what you're looking for, where you're going, and they're going to make sure you have exactly what you need.
That's exactly right. All sorts of different places across Manitoba are great for catching fish, but quite often you need different techniques for different locations.
All right, let's talk about getting them out of the water. You like this net. It's very different from what many of us may have seen. What makes you like this one so much?
That's a rubber net. What's great about that net is it's going to last a really long time, and that rubber mesh prevents the hooks from getting stuck in it.
Which is a huge pain.
Oh, it's the worst ever. When you have hooks stuck in the net and you're just trying to get those things untangled, you can waste half the day fishing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that prevents the hooks from getting stuck in there. It also protects the fish's slime, so that fish is going to be healthy going back to the water when you release him. And he's happy, so someone else can catch him and have fun fighting him too.
And a great reminder, of our obligations when it comes to the creatures coming out of the water. We want to have fun, we want to catch them, we want to do what we do on the weekends, but at the same time, we want them there available for the next person who catches them.
That's just right.
When I catch them, there's a couple little things. One, I want to make sure that I can get that hook out.
Exactly, and having a good pair of pliers is very important for that. Being able to grab onto that hook, quickly and easily reverse it.
Yep.
And then additionally, the pliers help to debarb your hooks as well, because in Manitoba, you need to use barbless hooks. So
exactly, and they're big handles because my hands are going to be sweaty and slimy and wet, so I want to make sure I can grab on them.
You want to be able to grip those handles well, exactly.
And then, of course,
a measuring tape.
I want to brag.
That's right. And a measuring tape is a great alternative to weighing fish because weighing fish puts a lot of stress on them. So if you do catch a trophy fish and you want to release it, measure the fish, tell people how long it is, and then you can let it go and someone else can catch that fish also.
A great idea for those of us who maybe want to go out for the first time, or maybe you're teaching the little ones, or you want to go back into fishing, some great stuff for the basics. But coming up, a big part of angling is collecting toys. Let's be honest with it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Gadgets are part of the fun. So coming up, you got some cool gadgets for the boat?
We do. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we want to talk about for outfitting your boat and going fishing from a boat as well. So all this stuff you can use, go fishing from shore anytime.
Yep.
Additionally, we'll get into some stuff from going fishing from a boat too, and some high-end gadgets.
We'll look at some high-end gadgets. We're also going to look at the brand new Cabela's and what you can expect when you go through the doors. We got that and more coming up on BT.
Every time I go out to your place, you gone fishing.
How you know?
Well, there's a sign upon your door.
Uh-huh.
Gone fishing.
I'm real gone, man.
You ain't working anymore.
Could be.